All right. We are on. We are live. We're going to start in a minute. All right. Welcome on in, y'all. I'll be with you in just a second. One more to send out. All right. I've sent it. It's out in the universe. People know I am online. That's what matters. In all of this, what's happening, y'all? Welcome on in. We're going to be playing some champs tonight. I'm doing lots of things. Oh, need to get my cat. Sorry, you hear me wrestle with my cat. As William the cat is trying to get desperately my attention and onto my lap. All right. And now he's got a seat beside me. He's okay. So let's get going with some cool stuff. All right. Oh, I got the wrong thing on here. No wonder. Can't see what we're doing. Let's get on in. All right. Yeah, HBK, my Discord is up. Hey, Demo, how's it going? What's good today is one of my kids peed in the potty. So that's always a good start to a weekend. Yeah, so I've created a Discord server for the Champs community. So that the link should come up in the chat at some point, but if it doesn't, I will put it into the chat soon. Yeah. One small step, right? One small P for mankind, or the Discord. We're talking about the Discord or the potty training. which one's got the good? So yeah, I think the older we get, HBK, the more issues we have in general as we get older, right? So yeah, I totally hear that. So yeah, it's been a pretty good day that way. The potty training. Exactly. One small step. The Discord server last night, I finally was able to get it completely fixed. So that was a huge issue, and so thankfully I have some really smart people in my faction who are able to help me with that. So feeling pretty lucky to have a really good faction and faction mates to help out. So yeah, that's basically been the story of my day, was trying to get all of this working and then trying to do it in between potty training and everything else. So yeah, it's been a day, y'all, let me tell you. But decided that I needed a good release, and there's no better release than getting on and playing some champions, because I haven't had a chance like at all really to sit down and look or do anything. And so I caught a little bit of Merrick's stream playing Dakota Kai, and oh my goodness, finally a female superstar that is going to be amazing. So very, very excited about that. That's prize wall. I've already cleared out this prize wall. I just basically I don't know if you can see it here. I took 21 500 TP posters. Yeah, HBK, she looks amazing. Oh, you're for daddy daycare moment. Oh no. Oh no, Devo. Oh no. Well, at least it's something you can look back on and laugh at later. At least hold over your son's head. That's actually pretty funny. So hopefully you said you had 5 kids, right? Like, so there's hopefully the first one traumatized you enough that you didn't want to go through it the same way with the rest of them, right? So yeah, it's been a day. So I'm happy that that's all done. Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember a conversation we had about that. So yeah, my brain is kind of fried. So I'm just happy to get into champs at the moment and just, play around. Do the small stuff, do my talent up, which I haven't had a chance to do today. I think most of it's fixed from the messages that I got, so it looks like you can actually get the coins and other things. And then I was just gonna raid this prize wall while we waited for people to filter on in. And then we got a lot of talk about tonight, right? We got boss battle this week, which is my favorite game mode. I love boss battle, so looking forward to hearing y'all's ideas about the boss battle and coming up with some video ideas, because I'm gonna put out my top 4, and then I'll put out the bargain bin videos as well. So I'm looking forward to it. Got some tours out there to hit up, and so there's a lot going on here. So wanted to make sure to I'm gonna just throw tokens at the wall at things that I definitely need. So I definitely want more TP, and both of y'all were with me last night, so you got to see Butch, and so I didn't take him all the way up, all of his red moves, and I'm going to do that like right now and then play with him again where he hits more with the red gems. And I think we're going to see a huge difference with the Z plate on him. He's going to do even more damage because that's where he's going to get most of his damage, right? So yeah, mom, please take my children. Mom, just take over, please. Can you just take over the potty training? That's exactly what I need right now. I absolutely understand. I want to get more of these. I definitely could use another 18 of each of those. The tokens, not so much. They're kind of worthless at this point with so many out there. So, but yeah, it's definitely been a day. Potty training twins is its own kind of hell, because they bounce off each other so ridiculously in so many ways. So, but yeah, it's going. So we're just my wife and I are just trying to survive each day without losing, or at least for me, losing the rest of whatever hair I have left. Yeah, I wish Grandma was around to take over. Can someone just take over this? Like, can I pay somebody to do this? Like, how much money do you want that I don't have to do this myself? I think that's the kicker for me right now. But what can you do? I think I'm good there. Do I want a combo pack? No, because I don't need these turnbuckles. Obviously, the thing's over. Are we ever going to be using these? I'm not sure we're going to need that. Click remote. What do you mean click remote? As in, like, I should be a remote father, or there's a remote that I should be pushing to make it, like, go faster and go? In the literal or the figurative sense? How many more do I have left? I have 11,900. Oh yeah, the movie, that's right, where you just, like, is there a fast forward button where I can just fast forward and this is all done? Is that like the Adam Sandler movie? Is that the one you're talking about, Demo? Is that the one you're referencing? What's in the premium, which isn't really premium? Yes, that was the one. Yeah, that one was actually pretty interesting when you think about it, right? Like, I can just fast forward everything. That's great, but then you miss everything, and then you become an old man, and you missed everything. So it makes it kind of sad. But there are some things that I would rather get through, like going to the dentist. I would love a remote for that, right? Like, is there a remote where I don't have to go to the dentist and have him scrape the living heck out of all of my gums? Um, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that type of thing. Actually, you know what I really need? Since we're not using Blitz and we haven't anytime soon, I'm not really concerned about taking that. But I love me some 5-star Emerald. Yeah, get me out of going to that. Get me out of a lot of unnecessary things. So all the ones with pain. Is there a way to, like, get away from all the pain that is out there? Fast forward that kind of nonsense. So yeah, it's been a day. Hey Pez, how you doing? You got Ridge 5-star, nice, and you have the Titan plate. I'll go to Ridge in just a second, and we'll go take a look, because you know what, if they when I logged on earlier, I saw that they still had the tokens, but I guess they've taken that off since you've put them 5-star. So yeah, let's go take a look, because I got a Titan plate waiting for him as well. So yeah, all is going. How many more do I have left? 4,000. What do I need? I've already purchased all of those things. Yeah, it's usually just Emerald tokens are what I need. So let's just keep buying those Emerald tokens. There's nothing else in the prize wall that I really want, but I do find myself lacking in Emerald tokens lately. So, and we're off to the races. Excellent. Okay, how much do I have left? I have 988. Gah, not that I need this, but whatever. All right. 8's a nice round number, so thanks, Scopely, for that. We'll get 2 of these, and we're going to call it a day. And I will sit with 28 of these shirts on my wall for the remainder of my life, since they're never going to take them away, right? How much do I have? 28, yeah. I don't care, because I don't know about y'all, but I'm not spending 20 or 10 for any of this. I don't need any of this. That's all stuff of the past, at least for me. So it is of no use. So we'll leave that one alone. All right. So Pez, what is happening? You took the Ridge. You took the Ridge up. That's awesome. Let me see. I have a. Let me go. Okay. Sorry, I got a message on my phone, but it can wait a bit, but I will get to it. So Big Scary Dog, if you're in here, I'll get to your message in a bit. So my Ridge, usually with the freebie character of the month, I see if I have one of these really, what are these, the rare titles. I think I see if I have a rare title, that I can throw on there, because it's pretty cheap to unlock the move damage, because that's the one you really need, and then I just use that for the month, and then I'll switch it off. So what do I have? Because it's only, I think, 1,200 to take that off. So of course I have a move damage, so that might be okay, and a 20% gem defense. 20%. What is this? I can get 20% down here. We don't need that. So the red headbutt move. Okay, I'm gonna take him up. I'm gonna evolve him right now, and then we'll sit and play around with him for a second. So there's the all gem, which I think is what he's going to need, especially because we're going to throw a Titan on him. You're all move. Not what I needed. You are a Fury with all. Okay, no, that you're the one. Okay, and you're all move too. Okay, so it looks like my options aren't the greatest, but we'll figure something out with him. All right, it's time for us to... Yeah, he's ready for the evolves. All right, so let's take him 5 bronze. We'll start. That'll be my first evolve. And I have a data conflict. Or maybe I don't. Yeah. Evolve. Boom. Excellent. Okay. So, Ridge. Are we still there, Ridge? Are we still there? Okay. Apparently he disappeared and I had to reload. I hate it when it does this. What is happening, game? Are y'all seeing this? What is happening? I can't click on anything. The game absolutely broke. Okay. So let me reload this. Okay, so I'm going to... How do we do this? Let's... Game just absolutely broke. Okay, so let's close this. And let me change screens for a second. Yeah, it has been a glitchy mess for sure. So I'm not sure exactly what did it that time around, but I'm going to restart it right now and see if we can get it in working, get it looking good. So yeah, I've got to reload my blue stacks. So just bear with me for a second. But I think, you know, not that I don't think any of us are really surprised that it's glitchy at this moment, right? Like that tends to be usually what happens at the start of the MLCs, right? Like we tend to have issues with the game somehow, and there's a lot of things going on, right? They're completely stripping the old one and putting the new one in, so you can see that might be an issue. So it is what it is. All right, what's going on here? Are we going on? Let's see. All right, are we working? It is indeed a glitchy mess. Okay, let's... Okay, so I'm going to try this again. I'm going to restart BlueStacks again. Still not loading the game for whatever reason. Anyways, while we're sitting here waiting for all of this to come through, who did y'all evolve today? Some of you just saw me evolve Ridge to 5 bronze, and I'm going to take him up possibly higher today as well too, although this new MLC this new boss battle this week has me really considering taking up KO to 6-star for the weekend, because KO is going to do some serious damage, so I'm going to be very excited to see what he can do. So alright, come on BlueStacks. Let's see. Okay, now it's starting to load. Okay, so let me get back to the gameplay screen. There we go. All right, so just so you think that I'm not lying, it's taking forever itself to load, but we'll get there. We always do. All right, we are back in almost. All right, which one of y'all broke the game? So Pez, 6-star DX Triple H, awesome. I love using him. Corbin, and your 30 stars short of Hall of Fame X Pack, and Steph to 5 gold. I like Steph at 5 gold, and she needs like a good plate at 6-star to be just amazing. So that's my sort of issue with Steph. But you know what? Up to 5 gold, I've loved using Steph as well too. All right, we're back in. Let's see if we can actually use Ridge this time to have our fun. Okay. Now we can take a look at my new boy Ridge. Patiently waiting. Patiently waiting. It reminds me of when Homer Simpson meets the Smashing Pumpkins. He meets Billy Corben, and he's like, "Hi, I'm Billy Corben, Smashing Pumpkins." He's like, "Hi, I'm Homer Simpson." So smiling politely. Just patiently waiting, smiling politely. Okay, so this was the bonus damage for every blast gem. Yeah, so at 6-star, where I think he's going to become amazing is when we can start using and making black gems and increasing that. I'd like to see using that, but this is going to be a good move to throw in. So you're asking how I would run him at 5-star bronze, which is a great question, because I've been running him this way, because with the tour perks and everything else, you would just throw down blast gems, make the blast gems into black gems, blow up the board, and with a Titan plate going on there, that's just gonna smash everything ever so nicely. So I actually liked that as a possibility. So replace the sub with the headbutt. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I put this up in there like just in case I needed to bring anybody down. But the headbutt, yeah, would be a good one to throw down there as well too. But yeah, then the headbutt would be turn 2, and to get him loaded for feud, you'd have to have the double MP trainers on him, and then you could have him set up for feud. So I think that would be a good one. And then if it is a turn 2, you can then use the headbutt to get the bonus damage for the blast gems. Yeah, like this one is interchangeable, right? You beat the challenge 5 gold with them, yeah. So I think this would be sort of interchangeable with putting the sub in there in case you needed to take that person down a notch. So that could also work. So Demo, you took up Striker Bliss and Dom to 6-star. Awesome. I don't have Striker Bliss. I do have Dom, and he keeps waiting because I have other people I want to take up first. Who else? You took Ridge to 5 bronze like I just did. Z Lashley to 5-star bronze for now. Okay. 3 purple to take IOW Kane. Oh, interesting. I haven't decided, with the exception of Charlotte, who I took up to 6 bronze. I haven't taken up any other of the promoters that high yet. I'm still sort of playing around with promoters, and now that we're going to get a revamped Showdown, my focus actually is getting my Showdown promoters up. I want to get my Showdown promoters to the next level, because I think they're going to be even more important. Who'll be your first one up there? Oh, nice. So yeah, I think the promoters themselves at 6-star have some hidden gems and hidden abilities to be pretty good at the 6-star. So not all of them are created equal, of course. But yeah, I'm going heavy Showdown right now, because whatever the new Showdown brings us, I want to be ready to really kick some butt in that Showdown. So that's what I'm looking to do, right? So definitely it's going to be fun. So welcome everybody in, for those that are just heading on over. Hoping you're having a good night or day or afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I'm just answering a question for Pez right now, who asked about how to run Ridge at 5-star bronze. And so you can either put the headbutt in case you need a second turn where you can hit some blast gem damage. You can keep the sub in. But yeah, I would definitely go blast with him. Definitely go with a Titan plate to make that all hit way, way harder. And I don't think I have a strap open that would allow me to throw a Titan plate on there at the moment, but I will at some point for sure. So once I do bring him up to the fullest and I unlock all of this, I will 100% make a video to show sort of how good he can be. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Yeah, Pez, absolutely. I think Ridge is going to be way better than Powerhouse Otis, and I think it's because he has the damage move that we just threw on. The damage move at 6-star I think is going to be better. But he also he's in many ways like Ridge, like Otis, the sweet Otis. He's also going to make a ton. Yeah. It's a raid. The WWE Champions stream has raid, Merrick's and Raiders. Welcome on in. Welcome, Raiders. It's a raid. See my belly button. Yeah. Scott, you just made the list. Welcome on in. Appreciate the follow. Merrick's, how did it go? Did it go good? Go well? Maniac, you just made the list. Welcome on in. Fluke, you just made the list. Thank you for the follow. Mr. Handsome Rob, you just made the list. We got a lot of people making the list tonight. Yo, Joe. Fluke, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow, everyone who's just coming in. Jason J10, well, you just made the list. All right. You guys broke my list right here. You just made the list. The raid has broken all of it. You just made the list. Thank you for the follows. Wow. Everyone coming in. So we've been talking who is better. You just made the list, Cactus. This is getting long. Absolutely. It's getting hell long. Yeah. Getting very long. So we got to play the right songs for everyone. So I'm working on getting an LA Night put in there. I'm still new to streaming, guys, so you gotta be patient with me. But the one that I have put on is that when I talk too long, I want to make sure that. Who
wants to hear Eurovision song?
No, play Ya Ding Dong, right? Just get going, Professor. Get talking. So I want to make sure that in case we talk too long on the wrong things, we get going with it. But the list is getting longer, and I really appreciate y'all coming in. I appreciate all the follows for everybody, and I hope you had a really good time with Merrick's tonight. I was able to watch a little bit of it, and my goodness, Dakota Kai, like, wow, that is an amazing card for free to play. So you know what? Hats off to Scopely for, again, bringing in another free to play player that can be brought up to hit with the best of them out there, and she might be one of the best in the game. So hells to the very much liking that. So it's time for the free card domination. Take my best free card lineup against your best free card lineup, because you can make a couple of really good free card lineups with it. So I was actually talking with my faction bro, Double H&L, and we were discussing, like, we need more female cards or posters in this game that can do some serious damage, that are up to the 6-star level. And because we are sadly behind, and every time that we get 4 or 5 really good female cards, it's over 4 or 5 months, and the game evolves to a new meta. And so those 4 or 5 cards are no longer up to whatever it is that we are at. And so we definitely need more and more moving in that direction. So yay for having a female chase, and we can actually hopefully, I was saying earlier that it wouldn't be a bad thing to have all 4 weeks of just female cards. Like, you can have some male feuds obviously, and other things within there, but I think it's time to bolster the female faction, like the female part of this game. So to get back to the original question, Crazy Dina, you just made the list. So I'm thinking between Otis and Ridge, I would go Ridge personally, although both of them do almost identical things. And that's really what's cool, is he turns blast gems into red, Ridge turns blast gems into black. Both have subs that make blast gems, and both make more gem damage, right? So you're getting essentially the same sort of thing. So I think it's entirely up to you which one you would want more than anyone's. Yeah, Gorilla. They should have absolutely made a female boss, and then we would have all just lost our minds. I'm like, are you serious? I have nowhere near enough coins to make this into what I need, like to get all of the boss breakers going. It's good. Yeah, that would just absolutely blow people's minds, for sure. But y'all just made it in time. I was actually going to do a little bit of talent up myself. I haven't done the talent up. For those that don't know, I have toddler twins, and they are absolutely killing me with potty training this week. So I haven't had actually a chance to get into the game as much as I wanted to. So yeah, Fluke, the Hogan plate is, if I remember correctly, it's red gems and black moves. Is that correct? So it would definitely, and both are going to break the 20 gems that you absolutely need. So if you are lucky enough to, or have done enough in order to get a Hogan plate, that would be the one. But I think it's the original question was like, I have a Titan plate. Do I put it on Otis or do I put it on Ridge? And I don't think there's a wrong answer in there. But for me, it would probably be Ridge. But I think both are actually really good. So, but yeah, if you had a Hogan plate, then I think it would actually benefit Otis more. For Otis, the powerhouse Otis. Yeah. So that would be one. Yeah, you put the Titan on Ridge for sure. That would be a good one. Let me do some quick evolves because that was one thing that I wanted to get done today. So let's bring this guy up. Let's make... do I have to level him? Oh, you're making me level him. Okay. All right, Scopely. I still have to do things like that? Cool. We'll totally do stuff like that. Yeah, I have 2 Titan plates. So I've been waiting to absolutely do that. I was waiting to the end of the month to see if I was just going to put it on Ridge or not. So we'll do this fast. Get this up. Oh, you're sitting on a Hogan plate. Oh yeah. Well, if you're sitting on a Hogan plate on Otis would be really good. Of the 2, we would put it on him over Ridge. Yeah. So we're going to take Corbin up. And y'all can see sort of what I'm doing here. And then we're going to talk some boss battle, because I don't know about you, that is my favorite part of this game right now. Like, there is nothing more fun than boss battle. Feuds are a different kind of grind, whereas I can go to bed and wake up the next morning and play boss battle without feeling like I've missed anything. It's definitely a different type of strain. So I definitely appreciate those more. Oh, this is how you update it, y'all, in case you weren't aware. Who are we using? Okay, we're just going to use a few shards there. Let's evolve. All right. So we're going to grab Corbin up to 6 bronze. I think what's interesting is, as the game is evolving, the 6-star Evo loot on a weekly basis is going to become more and more important. So as much as we're going to need to, as much as we're going to try to continue to max out the MLCs, you're going to need to actually start doing more in them. You don't have enough to take them, Grillo? Soon, man. Soon. It's going to happen. Naruga says the only thing with boss battle, if you don't have the superstars, the ones that are doing all the damage, it does make you feel small, and you definitely feel like you're not pulling your own weight. And you know what, Naruga, I agree 100% that it helps when you have others that can help do some of the heavy lifting. And I've said this on the stream, and I've said this in my videos as well when I put out the my top 4 for the boss battle, or when I put out the bargain bin videos, right? Like, whoever it is that you're bringing into the boss battles, if you have high enough boss breakers, there is, that is the one thing that you can do that's going to help out your team immensely, right? So definitely on Corbin. Okay, awesome, Pez. Thanks for coming by, and we'll talk soon. We'll talk. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be using a lot of these on there, so let's bring her up as well too. Yeah, it's really hard to get that, right? So on a weekly basis, Naruka, you're on a daily basis, whenever you can, you're going to have to buy those tokens from the faction wall, because that's what's really going to help you moving forward, right? So keep buying them, keep building on it, and find one superstar that you can continue to build up. You have all the other tokens and have shards, but you did take Becky up to 6-star. That's awesome, really. Yeah, Becky at 6-star. I love using her, and she's with or without the gear. She's awesome. Love using Becky. Love Trick Becky. This was a weird month as I got sort of one from every column almost. Who else was I planning on taking up? I was going to take up this one, although is it still only, yeah, it's still just one token to do. We don't get much points for doing that, but I'm tired of waiting, so we're going to take Xbox up. Yeah, it's hard for free to play players to get all the things that you need, so it's hard when you're new in the game. So it's it's easy for me to sit back at for playing 6 years now to say these are the it's easy to just get all of these things, and so I will take a step back and agree that it might not be that easy. So what, King KZ, you just made the list for Trick Becky. So let's go up to Trick Becky quickly, and then I did not want to click on Drip. Yeah, you know what? That's an easy one to take up for a 6-star tech for a feud spot. Yeah, that's an easy one to do. So I don't have the gear, right? Having the gear for her gives you 5 more move points, and then if you have the other one, the submission does even more move points, right? So getting 1 gear makes her amazing. Getting 2 gears makes her even more amazing. What I like to do is to either start with green or purple, and so make a couple of matches, and then you can put down all of the traps and the sub. It takes 2 usually cycles through that to go through a 6-star. So it's a little bit slower, but I don't have her maxed out. So I don't have her maxed out in terms of gen damage, and I also don't have her maxed out with star fills, because she does a lot of damage breaking the cross break gems. And so that's how I use her. But if I was able to have starting 5 MP plus, you could do something different with the bleed and the finisher. So I think once you have the gears, it's sometimes faster to actually go with the double red purple, but that's entirely up to y'all. But that's how I run her for feuds, but not the fastest, but effective running the GOAT. So I'll get back to the talent up, but I think now might be a good time to sort of get y'all's take on how you feel about this boss battle coming up. I had a chance to quickly look at it earlier and sort of see what you think as well. Help me come to some conclusions about who we think is going to be the best going forward. So yeah, Naroka, it doesn't work with Escape Artist. That's the only thing. So it is a wonderful reminder. It only takes one time to be like, shoot, I should have looked at what my opponent had before I go faster into it, right? So, oh, shoot, I need to make sure that they don't have an Escape Artist so that I can make sure my feud gets off. Otherwise, you're going to have to pick somebody else. And I think that's, there's always going to be someone whom that, player can't go against. So you just have to watch for that. So this boss battle, we're looking at trap gems doing 6,000% more damage, which means they're going to be doing 60 times, right? 60 times more damage for that. Yeah, your other build is definitely effective, 100%. I agree. It just depends on if you have, if you have the gear, it allows you to stack up on gem damage and bleed damage, so you can actually win quicker, which I also think is really, really important. And so this is going to be silence gems are going to do 20% more damage, which is, so we're not getting a color gem this time around. So what I think is going to be effective is obviously like Dakota Kai would be amazing for this, right? Someone who gets actually damage for for trap gems. Hall of Fame Yoko with gears, KO yeah, so those would be, so yeah, footers. Those would be good for a damage output for this Hall of Fame. Rick Rude. Yeah, we can definitely take a look at all of these. These are some good suggestions. I was thinking KO, obviously, because of all the traps and the stacking and stuff. So KO is going to be amazing for this one, and I'm probably going to take him 6-star just for this. But yeah, Hall of Fame Yoko. Looking at the damage of stuff. So what can we expect then from this boss, right? So we're going to expect a billion damage or a billion health. So we're going to have to do a billion damage. We are going to get stackable damage per turn. So again, we're going to get less than 3 million, less than 2.5 million damage on each turn. So that means a 5-star gold's going to be able to live at level 20 for at least a second turn, and should last more, because we should hopefully have our boss breakers up high enough to do some serious damage. We get additional damage on each turn, so he's going to get more and more powerful, but you can at least get in there for 2 turns and do some damage. This one's going to be a pain. It's going to turn them all into botch gems, and so it's going to be very important to be able to either put down, when it's after he does that, put down a lot of silence or a lot of trap gems over top, or to break them actually really quickly. We don't have a shield this time, so it's going to increase the boss's move damage by 5% for each black gem on the board, and up to 20 gems. Wow. So up to 20 times the 5%. The buff will last for 2 boss turns, and it can be removed by the boss breaker. So there is a nice boss breaker that we haven't had to use in a long time, which is the damage limiter. I hope y'all are ready to level that one up. And then every 3 turns, we're going to freeze 3 moves for 3 turns. And so this one, if it ever gets off, is going to be a real pain for all of us, because you're going to have to hopefully have somebody who has an unfreeze leveled up high enough that's going to help take a couple of those away. So that's every 3+ turns, every 1 to 2 turns. So if I had to guess, you're going to get damage on the first turn. It's going to modify into the botch, and then this might go off on turn 2. So these 2 will go off every single turn. Damage, botch are going to go down, and then this will be the second turn where it's going to increase, because this lasts for 2 turns. So every second turn, that's when it's going to happen. So every second turn, that one's going to go off, and then the third turn, it's going to freeze everything. So we have 2 turns, no shield, to completely destroy this boss and get a billion damage. At least that's how I'm reading it. Let me know if you think I'm not reading that correctly, in terms of what we're doing. In terms of scouting and scouting missions, so Bret Hart, Andre the Giant, the neutralize will work as a debuff. That's right, Demo. Yeah, so you bring up a great point. So neutralize should work as a debuff on, not on the modified gems. Hopefully it would work on this this damage right here. But we'd have to check, because I know there is a damage limiter boss buff, but the neutralize should, and that's in quotation marks, work. But yeah, that's something definitely to look out for. So we have, as I was saying, we have Bret Hart, we have Andre the Giant, we got Hulk Hogan, we got the Iron Sheik, and we got Randy Savage. So my money's on that this mystery opponent is a legend, right? It makes perfect sense, especially because that's what we're building up to Monday through Friday. So expect a new legend card and a new legend mail. And as I posted in my faction chat today, I'm waiting for the greatest legend wrestler, Iron Mike Sharp, to finally be put into this game and given the respect that he deserves. So that's what I'm hoping for, is some Iron Mike right now. But I don't know, who do y'all think we're getting? Which legend do we not have that we absolutely need, or which legend should be put in the game, right? Like, when are we getting a Jimmy Snuka? The new tour is all IOW bones. Oh, I haven't actually looked at the tour today. Again, I've been gone. Tito Santana. Whoa, fluke. That's awesome. King Kong Bundy. Oh, man, I've been saying King Kong Bundy for years. Yeah, where is Jimmy Snuka? Harley Race. Oh, wow. Hakutenshi, that is an amazing call. We definitely... Where is the king, Harley Race? That is a great, great shout out for a legend that is definitely sorely needed in Champions, for sure. LOD. Yeah, you know what? Maybe it's a tag team thing, right? Week 1 we get one half from the other one we Legion of Doom would be great. And so would Demolition. They were one of my favorite tag teams growing up. Yeah, that would be those. Yeah, these are some great shout outs for this, for sure. So who do we got making traps and silence? And of course, I only have 4 stars in all of these right here. So I was thinking about this earlier that it might be when was Kevin Nash's turn at the Hall of Fame going to be for Boss Battle? So that's going to be interesting. The Red Rooster. I haven't thought about the Red Rooster in years. We should definitely get more Canadiana in this as a Canadian living in the U.S. I think we definitely need the Mountie in this game. I think that's something that is sorely needed. But the Red Rooster, wow, that's a great shout out. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I think that'd be really cool. What else do we have? So we have the Pendulum Backbreaker. That is going to turn into Red Moose. No, so he has the foot choke, so we can make a whole bunch of silence gems. And then it would be the trap gems right here, 1.6 into trap gems. The Rougeaus, yeah, Fluke. The Rougeaus, Tony Atlas, whoa. Yeah, I'm loving it. Yeah, because I think this is going to bring a lot of us, at least if you're within my age bracket of someone who grew up in the early 80s, to for sure bring up a lot of really good memories. If you've heard me here on the stream before, I've said that one of my first memories as a child was actually at 3 years old going to Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto and watching Hulk Hogan body slam King Kong Bundy. That forever changed the shape of my life and brought me into wrestling in ways I never thought before. Kamala, yeah. There we go. That would be a good one as well, too. You could even do Hakeem, the African Dream. That would be an interesting one as well, too. I'm not sure how we would handle that one. More gem damage for greens, bonus damage for cross breaks. So Kevin Nash putting down traps, it would make into a whole bunch of cross break gems that you can also make a whole bunch of silence, and they would be more okay. So that could be something you could do with him as well. Although he doesn't make a ton of traps, but we can see who else is in here. I agree, HBK. How can you have, Eric Bischoff as the face of WCW, or at least the power of WCW for a very long time. But definitely, how do you not have the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, right? Or even Gorilla Monsoon, right? Like, and coming from Gorilla, which I really appreciate, or T-Funk. For those that don't know, like before wrestlers go through the curtain and get onto the main stage, they stop at the table to get them ready, right? That table there was manned by Gorilla Monsoon for years. It's still known today as the Gorilla position or the Gorilla spot, right? So Rick Rude, yeah, Rick Rude is a great shout out here because Rick Rude turns the entire board into trap gems. The Brain, yeah, we definitely need more managers, right? So yeah, get Bobby the Brain in there. Bobby the Brain would be a great one to throw in there. Bobby the Brain in a weasel suit, which I think, because I loved watching Bobby the Brain try to wrestle with the one strap is hilarious. Ira Geroid, you just made the list. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. Yeah, so Rick Rude is a great shout out, and I have Rick Rude. He's one of my showdown guys that I use. He doesn't make silence, but I think because trap is the big one right now, and he blows up the board. He's making a lot of row breaks, and he's, for me at least, I got him with a 50% defense strap and then an all defensive setup and stuff. So at 4-star silver, he takes out a lot of 6-star golds for me, or 6-star bronze for me, which I appreciate. Rick Rude, and he does so rather quickly. Yeah, yours is also 5-star silver. Yeah, I might, depending on if it's something that I'm going to need for the boss this weekend. Rick Rude would be an interesting one. And a move to break them. Yeah, so I agree. Yeah, Jaggy. We can definitely take a look at that as well too. But I think he's not in this list of guys here. I'm trying to see if I don't have Eternal Dragon. He has a trap. He's going to make 6 trap gems. Modify all gems into botch. So he's got a couple of trap gem moves as well too. So if you are lucky to have the Eternal Dragon, that could be one option for you in the focus category. Who else? I know Kali makes a bunch as well too. And as you can see, mine's at 900 talent. I actually just pulled him a couple of weeks ago or on stream. But he also makes 15 randoms into trap gems that makes, if broken by you make a random areas into purple. So he would also be a good sort of one to look at too. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, so sort of trap gem wise, who can go on to there. Actually, and while we're here, so focused boss breakers are going to be important, especially if you're going to go 3 or more turns this time through, because you're going to need to get, hell freezes over completely taken care of as well too. So that's going to, if you're able to unfreeze your faction mates, and if you've got this up to level 9 or 10, you are going to be an all-star if you're having trouble defeating them within 2 turns. So my hope for you is that it isn't going to be a problem. So Tech Sean, 1 green move, 2 blue moves, recycles very good. Okay. Tech Shawn Michaels, like the subscription Shawn Michaels, is that the one you're talking about, Jackie? 6-star Mem, 5-star Z Taker, 5-star Gold Corbin, and Walter. Yeah, that could be a good lineup to put through. So over here, yeah. So one that you're also going to want to put in here with this the zombie tech. Okay, so you're talking that one. Yeah, so the Heartless Kid's going to be good for this one as well too. Yeah, he was the next one I was going to look at as well. So you're suggesting we go green double blue to recycle. So we have the trap, and then you would go blue, and then he has damage per trap. Is that correct? That's every countdown he is, not per trap. He does have one for every trap. Okay, so Zombie Shawn Michaels is going to be very good in that sense, right? Because we're going to get 8,000% more damage per trap gem, and then he has a move that does extra damage per trap gem as well. So that's really what we're looking for. So yeah, Heartless Kid. If you got the Heartless Kid, you are going to be your faction's favorite person. Be prepared not to sleep this weekend as you carry people through. He's going to be very, very good. And Memrock, who has been one of my unicorns forever in this game, and I still can't get anywhere near close to him, he's going to have the trap gems. He's going to make a lot of yellow gems and make a lot of yellow gem damage. He just doesn't make a lot of trap gems, I don't think, right? I think that's one of the issues. Is 7. No, he can make enough. I think what's really good is that with Dakota Kai coming in, and if you can get her coaching ability up at least this week, she creates more trap gems, if I read that correctly. Okay, so we have some options within the focused, and I think that's well, not Kali, but I think the consensus is probably if you have zombie tech Shawn Michaels, you are going to be a superstar for this one. So who do we have in this one? Okay, so putting down trap gems, of course. If you got KO, he's going to do what KO always does. So load up on the trap gems and just keep pounding through. I have him with the power bomb move because I believe I still have my Titan plate on him. Yeah, so that's one way to run him. Just get as much gem damage as possible. I'm going to take him 6-star probably for this boss battle so he can, especially because we have 2 turns. I think that's where KO is going to, it's where he shines in boss battle, right? Turn 1, you load stuff up, you get as much of the gem stack going, and then turn 2 and turn 3, you just start to let it continue to stack up. So he's going to be really good there. But what if we don't have? I don't want to manage. I want to replace. Who else do we have in here making a ton of traps that I don't have? Okay, so Zombie Taker. Oh, another one that I've been stuck at like 400 shards from Zombie Taker for years now. But another character who's going to make a lot of traps. He's going to blow up the board. He's going to spam the board with those colors. So yeah, he's going to be really good in terms of making a lot of damage. So if you have yourself a Zombie Taker, you're going to do well. What about Gooker? What about the Gobbledygooker? 2x2 into trap. Doesn't that get bigger? I think it's a 3x3 or 4x4 later. Hall of Fame Yoko. Yeah, we're going to get to the Hall of Fame Yoko for sure. He's not a part of this group right here. Trick Riddle. My boy Trick. So while I run him with the all blue moveset, I never actually sit down and make a whole bunch of gems into trap gems. So he's going to steal health. He's going to make a whole bunch of trap gems. So you're going to have to get a way to break them as well. You got choose 15 random into purple. Okay. And then increase your purple gem damage. So you're going to want to run him with the blue increased gem damage. And then you're going to try to make a whole bunch of purple. So purple, purple, blue maybe. Or maybe a tricolor. So Riddle's going to be good as well. Surprisingly enough, I thought, man, having to find a bunch of guys who make trap gem damage is going to be difficult. But it's looking so far that we found 2 or 3 in each category that's going to be able to do it. It's just, can we do it fast enough in order to make some headway? I know a lot of people have Ray up pretty high as well too. He's going to choose 5, but it'll increase your purple gem damage. So he's another one who would stack and build, but I don't think he makes enough traps to do the damage we're looking for. We're not getting pinned, which is his biggest thing either too. But if you don't have anybody else, he at least makes traps, and those at least stack. Okay, so we're getting some good ideas and suggestions coming on through. So what we talked about earlier was trying to see if the Yoko does everything for the silence, but not high enough. Yeah, Yoko with all the silence gems are going to be really good. And 2,000, of course, is obviously not as 4 times less, but the ability for Yoko to recycle and put out a lot of silence gems is going to be good. Yeah, I'll take a look at Yoko in just a second for sure. But yeah, Yoko will probably be in the top 4 of all of this. So neutralize is supposed to work. Recent buff stacks that have been applied to the boss. It's based on how it's written, it's supposed to work, and there's nothing written there that says it's not going to work, so I'm going to hope that it does. He's not stealing. You can try to add more time, but if neutralize is working, that would help at least limit a little bit of the boss's damage increase. So that would be a good start with that. Corbin, absolutely. I think Corbin's going to be amazing, as he tends to be. And now that I have him 6-star, that's going to be so much more fun that we can, now you're going to make 5 columns into trap gems. So he's going to take 5/7 of the board and turn them into traps. So, yeah, Corbin, if you got him, he's going to do really, really well for you. Who else? Well, that's not what I wanted to do. I did not want to pick Hall of Fame Nash. Well, we lost everybody. Who does both? Anyone? Okay, so no one in aggressive does both. And I'm assuming nobody has any of them high enough. How many of y'all have taken your zombie Nakamura all the way up? High level dead man can, yeah. But how many of y'all have high level dead man? I guess is the next question. Theory. If y'all have Theory, he has 2 different moves. I don't like that one of them is a choose. Drinking Ink, I agree. Maybe Trick Sammy would be a good one for the silence. I've just been looking for trap gems essentially right now. But yeah, we can totally look for that. Yeah, I'm not sure that Theory is going to actually do enough damage with that. I got to go back and take a look for a second. He's swap and make into that. Increase your black MP. Yeah, you're going to get more damage done, but I think it's still going to be difficult to get everything you need done. Before I forget, I've created a Discord channel, and I need to actually put that into the chat at some point. Let me see if I can go find. Bear with me while I remember how to do this. Still new to trying to do stuff. I'm going to copy the link to this, so anybody who wanted to come and join my Discord channel would be more than welcome to. Let's put this in here. Hopefully it allows me to do that. So feel free to come join in the Discord channel. It's going to be continually brought up to speed with not only my videos and stuff, but cross-faction game talk and other things. So that's an easy way to come and get in contact with me outside of my streams and other things. So we love it. Zombie Cena, okay. Or You Can't See Me Cena. And some of you might actually have taken them up that high. So that would be interesting. Umaga, who I do not have either. He's going to make a lot. And he's going to steal health if broken by you. So that's interesting. And he's got to choose himself. The choose. Okay, so you wouldn't necessarily. Actually, you could do that. It has the bleed as well too. Okay, so Umaga's definitely an interesting one to throw in there as well too. All right, I haven't been doing any of the silence gems as well, but if you do have silence gem types of guys, I'm not sure how many of you took Uso up, but the reason I bring him up is because he has faction boss capabilities. And so if you were able to max this, and as you can see, I got all of them, whichever faction boss you're going into, if you have somebody within this moment, you're going to do well, right? So regardless of what the boost is, somebody within this group here is going to have, if you can get this all the way up. Now, to evolve this to 30 is the big thing. You need to have 4 of these at 6-star bronze. So not quite there yet, but I'm going to do it for the stream, y'all, because I believe in y'all. Who I have the most shards of? I have the most shards of you. Let's deselect. We'll use all of your shards, and we'll max it. I'm going to spend it for the boss battle, y'all, just to show you how serious I am. So if you leveled it all the way up to 25, now you're going to get multiply gems times 4 if it came to that, like we've had the last couple of times. But all the finishers are going to do more damage, 141%. And silence gems this time around are going to do 225 more percent. It's an extra little boost on top, so not going to be bad at all. And he makes a 5x5 area into silence gems, right? And then 8 of them into X-Break gems, blow up the board with a 4x4 green, and start all over again. So he's going to recycle like crazy. So a lot of y'all have been getting Jimmy Uso, the bloodline recently, especially with the last couple of weeks in the game. So this is an option for y'all, for someone to use, especially because this moment does that. And so that's interesting. I might have to move him a little bit up more. Ciampa has that, but I caution only because I wonder how many people actually have Ciampa that high to last 2 turns and do some sort of damage. So I think that would be my only hesitancy towards that, and trying to do previews with it, is just how many people actually have them that high. Silence gems in here, nobody that we've already not talked about. And silence gems over here. Yes, a chic plate would be extra helpful, right? So you wouldn't actually need to put the X-Break gems down. You would just put the silence, hit the finisher, and just let the chic plate, which adds green damage, to do that. Anybody that stacks trap gem damage, I don't think anybody does that. Yeah, so I think, you're right. Jimmy would be a great one demo for that. Jackie, you bring up a really good question. I don't think anyone actually stacks trap gem damage, so that makes it difficult. Is this the only one in the group that does? Okay, so unless, I think if you're Sir Zorro, who has him at 6-star, I'm not sure how many else have taken perfect ups to 6-star, but I think that one would be a little bit difficult. And then we've already looked at traps for this group. Okay. And then we've looked at those for those groups. And so for this group of fun-loving individuals, trap gems. Yeah, there's some guys that do silence stacking, but who does trap stacking is an excellent question. Somehow through all of this, I haven't found Yokozuna, who I was looking for, to answer that question. No, definitely did not want him in all of this. All right, I'll come back to Yokozuna in a second. Who's making silence gems? Hey, everybody, here's your chance. Here's your chance to make zombie Austin great again. So we've had a couple discussions. I don't think Cesaro, the Swiss cyborg, came into that, but he would be slower, and so I'm not sure he'd be the greatest for the boss battle in that sense, in that you have to choose 5 silence gems, but you're not actually choosing. You can just put them randomly on the board as fast as you can and keep going, and then you would get the bonus damage, 350k damage for every silence gems, and then you multiply that by 20 for each silence gems. So you're looking at 6 million or so for each silence gem. Am I doing that correctly? 6 million or so for each silence gem, and if you can get 20 or 30 of them on the board. But it would take you a long time to do that. So if you have him high enough, he will help and do some damage, but I'm not sure how quick he would be in order to do that. And then we talked about Sammy, Tech Sammy, conspiracy theory Sammy as another option within there. To do this. So you wouldn't run him with the leech gem setup. You would make random, and then you would modify another random. But he has the trap gems. That was the one I was thinking about. You deal damage, get more green, put more of the randoms out, and then bonus damage for silence gems. So you would run him double green with the finisher, get the bonus damage for every silence gem, and then the traps would be what you would use to reload. The problem is, the reason why this only works is because when the opponent breaks the trap gems, you get your purple filled up. So this one's going to have a problem refilling, and you might actually have to go triple colored on this with a yellow in order to make it work, in order to get that recycle effect. That's going to be difficult. Yeah, Dakota Kai has. I know she makes extra trap gems. Actually, you know what? Why don't we go look at her just to be sure? We'll hop at a boss for a second. We'll come back to that. We'll go women, and then where's my new Dakota Kai? So as a trainer, so trap gems are going to do 50% more damage. They will generate 2 more trap gems. Okay, so basically everybody this weekend will be able to generate 1 more trap. If you are lucky enough to get her up to 5-star, I think 17k is 5-star silver, or 5 bronze fully, that would be able to get 15% more damage. So unless you've pulled her 5 gold or it's 6-star, she will help a little bit, but I think most people are going to have their trainer slots filled elsewhere. And I think that's the one thing, is that she's not a coach, she's a trainer. And so for the boss battle, it might be different. But this is an excellent coach. Like, not only is she a really good card, but that is an excellent coach to play with moving forward. So that's actually really awesome. Let me go to the men. So Drink, you said that you were thinking yellow, purple. All right, let me go back to him for Sammy. Let's see what you mean here. So you're thinking the splash, you're going to choose your purple gems, modify 5.5, and then hit the finisher? Is that what you're thinking? Because I think Acro Steamboat has trap gem coaching ability. Okay. I actually just got Acro Steamboat, so that's probably why I never think of him as doing that. So I think the issue that you're going to find with Sammy is he's going to have one really big hit, and then you're going to have to reload to get those purple gems up again. And this purple finisher is 15 charge, right? So you're going to have to hope that the 5 that you're choosing to make purple are going to connect enough to hit that 15. So I'm optimistic that you can get one good hit maybe in a 60-second, but I don't think you can do much more than that because of how long it's probably going to take to reload. So Sammy's viable, but for how much damage, I'm not quite sure. So he's probably going to go into my bargain bin of people to use, but I think he'll get some run. He'll get some play for sure. But I'm not sure how much or how great he's going to be. So, that was the other thing I wanted to look at, was Acro Dragon. My apologies. Let's go find Acro Dragon. Scroll. Where are you? Someone who I just pulled. We are going to get... So if you have Acro Dragon, traps are going to do 50% more damage. Moves that generate traps are going to create 1 more. Okay, so the coach version basically of Dakota Kai. Okay, interesting. You know what? Having not had the dragon at the Acro version, he was somebody that never came to mind to do this. So thanks, Jaggy, for bringing that up and getting me to realize exactly who we're looking at to do this. So this is looking really good. I think we could actually. I don't think this is going to be as difficult a boss as we've sort of seen in the past, and a lot of the problems that we've had have been with the shield and then trying to take out all the damage. But if your team can put in 4 players that don't have to worry or contend with breaking a shield and can just go for 2 straight turns at maxing out damage, I think this one's actually going to be a little bit better in terms of being sort of playable in that sense. So I'm excited to see sort of what we can do with this. So yeah, that's actually pretty awesome. Okay, back to the boss quickly. And let's get back to our scouting mission. Oh, and if y'all aren't aware, the faction boss shop is up, so go out there and get all the things you need in your faction boss shop. The heal 50 to 100% is the one that you hate. The heal for the heal for the boss, yeah. The RVD shards, you want those, yeah. It's time to get your RV. Do I need to buy them, Naroka? Are you gonna lose your mind if I don't go back in and buy them? Yeah, the bosses that heal themselves are difficult, right? So you have to find a way to like counteract their constant healing. That is for sure. I think this is the one we didn't do, correct? We didn't get into defensive. You're just trying to buy them whenever you see them. Okay, I don't know if that was a message to me like you need to buy that, bro, or or else you don't know how you could trust me again. So we looked at Sammy. If you have a Walter Gunther built up, he's gonna have trap gems. They're gonna make a whole bunch of red gems, and I think he has. Yeah, so then he has a bonus damage on red gems as well too. So if you had a well, you know what? I totally understand when it's one of your few 5-star golds on your alternate account. That's pretty cool. I totally understand. Random traps, and then you're gonna so you'd have to put trap gem trainers, right? So I think his Jinder Mahal is the makes more trap gems, so he's going to get a lot of play this boss battle. Acro Dragon, and if you are lucky enough to pull Dakota Kai, that's going to be another good one for you too. Swap into yellow gems. Yeah, so you're going to want to find a way to get this move in here, this knife edge chop. Carl Anderson, yeah. When was the last time any of us really sat down and used him? Once they gave him away for free, and once he like stopped being an amazing card. It's interesting how that sort of went. Dead Man, that's what we talked about earlier. I'm not sure how many of you have the Dead Man that high, but he's gonna make 5 rows and then destroy a whole bunch of them. So, you're able to then make more randoms with the trap. So if you have the Dead Man high enough, and most of us should have him just for years of collecting shards, but even free to play should also have some of that on there too. So I think that also works. You still use him for his trap training. Okay. What does we have? What is his? He's just purple gem. So you're not talking about this one trap training, just the Carl Anderson trap training. And who else? Who's our silence in all of this? Yeah, for the silence training on that. Anyone else? So not a whole bunch else. Silence and trap. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure how many of you have taken this zombie Cena, the muscle atrophy on up. The problem with this traps is you gain MP on this one, and you gain another kind of MP on this one, but you actually don't deal any damage for breaking the traps as well too. So you're just getting whatever they happen to be on. So I'm not sure he's going to be that great. But if you have him 6-star, he does turn traps into purple, and then you can do nothing because purple is supposed to put into one of these. So yeah, the 6-star move makes traps into purple, but the trap gems that you're laying down are both yellows. So if you're going triple yellow, you're making purple, but then how do you really reload the yellow? You're gaining purple here, you're gaining green here, you're not gaining yellow anywhere. So I think we run into the same problem that we had with Sammy, which is how do we reload at this point? And are we just putting traps out to make traps? Last but not least, with this boss breaker, again, Helping Hand's the only one that's going to make a difference. Yeah, Tim, I think you can put one or the other. I'm not sure. I don't know. anybody have this Cena 6-star or high enough that you would actually try to maybe possibly use him in the boss battle? I don't know. That's a really good question, right? I always try to think of like, okay, who amongst this group that we have here are people going to have at 5 gold or above? That's really the question, right? Who's going to be 5 gold or above, right? And if you don't have them that high, then are we going to use this one at all? You know what I mean? Like, are we going to use that player at all if they're not that high? So I don't want to like give people the hope or tell people to make somebody higher if they're actually never going to use them. As much as I love how annoying Booker T, King Booker is, you're going to make the whole board into trap gems. Oh, you just saw one in Showdown? Or the last time we had a Showdown? Yeah. So you're going to make them all into trap gems, and then you're going to turn... It's just going to take so much time to turn them into cascading and every time putting on to the freeze gems that if this is your highest in this area, then use him. But I think you're going to be annoyed. Like, I don't know about you, but like when boss battle turns on and I start playing at regular 0, speed, I want to pull my hair out sometimes. It takes like a good 5 minutes to get back into like what 1.25 or 2.0 speed really feels like again, So the one I couldn't find, of course, in all of that, and he didn't show up. And this is the other thing, right? When looking at who to use, it's always helpful to go back into your lineup as well, because it doesn't always catch everybody who's in those categories. And case in point is Hall of Fame Yoko, who didn't show up in any of my... Oops, not what I wanted to do. Gotta scroll to the bottom. Scroll, damn it. Scroll. And if y'all think of anybody else, I am all ears. I'm so close to Yokozuna. I think I'm 80 shards away from getting there. So close. So randoms into silence. Bonus for every silence. Silence. The silence go into botch, which is really going to help us. But you can make, if you have the 6-star, right? So you're going to make the silence into red and then start all over again. Right? Because it's yellow, purple. You can go blast and start all over again. But yeah, so you're going to want to use that headbutt that's going to give you the bonus for every silence gem. So yeah, I think Yoko is going to be also a really good... And he didn't show up in the defensive when I clicked on silence. Did he? Did I just completely miss him? It's possible. I have been potty training twins for 3 straight days. Yeah, see, this is the other thing that you got to be careful with when using these filters here, is that they don't always show up. So Yokozuna, who should be in this category when you click on that for the defensive, doesn't show up. So there have been a couple of times where I've done the videos where I've been like, okay, here's the ones for this one, here's the ones for this one, and then someone reminds me of somebody in a class that never showed up when I was doing my research for this. So it happens to the best of us. So anyways, that's what we're looking at in terms of boss battle. How are y'all feeling in terms of the boss battle? Are we feeling a little bit more confident now that you've had a chance to look at it and get a sense of sort of what we're up against? I don't think it looks terribly bad in that sense, right? I think this is something that's totally doable. But yeah, if y'all weren't here last night, I'll show you the Butch. We can do a Butch match. Grillo J, you just made the list. Thank you so much. I appreciate the follow. I took Butch to the 6s of the stars. I filled in all of his stars. And I've been playing him with a triple red moveset. And I no longer have any sort of tour perks on him, so it's going to be a little bit different to play him this time out. But the countdown gem damage, the KO backpack, yeah. Everybody put on. We talk about put on KO, and just let him ride. Everyone fall into KO's backpack, and he's going to carry you to the end, kind of like your kangaroo carrier. Everyone get on in. Getting Ridge 6 stars is going to help immensely with this, and yep, everybody get on the KO bandwagon, a bandwagon train. Yeah, KO is going to be one of the top 4 for this one, obviously, just for his ability to stack, put all sorts of gems out there. If you got a Titan like Titan on him, Titan's going to do amazing as well. My Butch, when I play him, is never going to hit as hard as he can because I don't have. I think it's Zombie HBK that is going to do more damage. Because not more damage. Sorry, he is going to do more here when he's going to make more random black gems at the end of the countdown, if it ever gets to that. I don't have him leveled up fully. And the other thing I didn't have yesterday, I wasn't ready to spend, but I have more TP this time around, is that I'm ready to make the X-Plagues. Motu Big E, bring him back. Make him feel the Motu Big E pain. I'm not going to take up any more because I don't know where the month is going to go. But now I'm going to make 32 countdown gems into red gems with the Z plate on there. Double Furies, Fury belt of 40%. So I got 120 gem damage, and then the Z plate increases by 50%, and then you don't take a lot of damage because you're reducing their gem damage 35%. For those that don't have a Z plate or aren't quite sure about what it's going to do, but that is how I've been running him now. And the other thing is, if you don't have the zombie HBK, having Santa Hogan was going to make him turn 1, of which I don't have Santa Hogan at 17k. But we'll do one quick butch, and then we'll head on to the challenge tour and see what we're up against right now. Because I haven't had a chance to look at the tours, but I love seeing how many props I'm going to waste on the challenge tours on a weekly basis. So in feuds with the Santa Hogan, that's going to go off sort of first turn. And now we have no red anywhere on the board. That's always wonderful. Depends on which one I want to take. Thankfully, he is going to die soon. Unfortunately, we're going to have to sit through this. Oh my gosh. Sorry, everyone. He's going to get a quick sub, and then we'll go. I didn't even get a chance to show off how good he could be. I lost all my tour perks to show off what he could do turn 1. Well, that was a fail. Is there even a match on the board? Am I not seeing? There we go. All right. Well, that was a huge fail, and I apologize for that. We need to get on with it.
Who wants to hear Eurovision song?
Get on with it, Professor. So just so you know, his moves, he has a damage for each countdown gem, so that was doing about 2.5 to 3 million each time. And then when the red gems turned all the when the move that turned all the countdowns into red gems was then itself doing 3 million the first turn, and it will do even more the second time around. So he is going to be good. There was a 300% move damage belt for him. Dang. Because he has a pretty powerful black move that if you have a black move damage that's 200%, it's going to hit for a couple of million. For $4.99, how did I not see that? Is it still there now? Why didn't anybody tell me? Where were you? Where was everybody when I needed this information? Batista. Oh, wow. So this could be real fun. How high is y'all's Batista? Think I can beat my with my 4-star bronze? Whew. This is going to be tough. So is this another case of I need to put a Titan plate on Batista in order to make this work? He's going to go green, green. Okay. Okay, interesting, interesting. Okay, let's see what we can do with said Batista. He just bought the backstage pass. Yeah, random. And he's got all these high charge moves. Wonderful. With 300%. Okay, thanks for Jaggy for letting me know that. So buy the backstage pass and then a $4.99 pack with a 300% move damage. And here I am. I just spent like 100,000 strap parts to like unlock his belt, and there's a 300% move damage belt out there. That is some hogwash. I'm not sure how I feel about that right now. I think what I'm going to do to save y'all some terrible viewing is that I'm actually going to bring up Batista for Wednesday. So when I stream again on Wednesday, I'll bring up my Batista and see if I can beat it at that score. So that way we don't have to suffer through Batista doing this. Good gosh. Yeah, I saw that. The Backstage Pass now has daily. So every day you collect, and then you get a free 7 pull at the end of it. Is that what it is? But if you like save all the 7 pulls, it might work better for you. All right, what's my rarity on this? Whom amongst you can I use for this? Okay, there's lots. No, I didn't spend them live. So over the weekend, I decided to YOLO Butch. And so I brought him up. I unlocked the legendary strap. I put the Fury 2s on there. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to show off on my stream yesterday how this is all going to work and what it can do. And I thought that was really great. And then now I could have had an even better title on him to work on after spending all the... Again, I could take that strap off and put it on another... it's for a modern powerhouse, so I can move a 40% jam damage strap almost unlocked fully on somebody else. But that was just like a kick in the face a little bit about like, oh man, are you serious? You mean I could have done that? Well, that's too bad. That might be more fun. So you're part of this group. We just made you... let's do this. We're going to manage Ridge. Let's put a new title on you. Ridge Holland. Let's see. And I don't have a ton of strap parts left, which is the annoying part. I wanted to put a Titan plate on him to see how he would do Titan-wise. That would stink. Okay, well, let's move damage, and I can put a Titan onto this one. And I could do that for the stream, just to see how hard he hits. How much do I have? So I have enough to take that off, and I have... Ooh, we're gonna be dipping into my my ever depleting plate removals. But that's okay. We got to do these sorts of things for the stream. Okay, so let's... I know this is something that y'all would be interested in anyways, so let's take that off. I don't have another one. I do not. Who do I have down here? Actually, I don't want to take anything off of anybody. I will put that one on there. I'll deal with the 8,000 parts later. We're doing it for the stream, y'all. Alright. Do I still have a Titan down here or do I not? I do not have a Titan down here. I thought I had a Titan. You know what I did? I put a Titan on somebody earlier. Who did I put it on? I did. I put it on the wonderful, the amazing Brock Lesnar. Alright, what's going to cost us? 2 instead of 1. Alright, 5 for the rest of the month. Y'all better not ask me for anything else within this. Alright, let's just do this with a straight 20 move, 20 gem, Titan plate. I'm not going to unlock any more on this. I don't think I could if I wanted to. I don't think I have enough of anything to do that. Alright. So we're going to want to start black. And should we do some blast gem damage? Just hope for a match turn 1? Or would you go double MP? What do y'all think? Blue gems, red gems. Where's my blast gem damage? Your botch, your color turn, your protect, immobile. Did I miss it? It's just at the top. Must have missed it. Let's go. I guess I saw 2 at the top. Yes, that is one question. Are they going to go off turn 1? Oh, I didn't level up his headbutt yet. Okay, so why don't we'll run it twice and we'll see. So we'll put Sammy on for extra. And then we are going to... What do you decide to run on Batista? Yeah, I would appreciate that. Let me know how you run your Batista and see sort of how that goes. So why don't we... I think it just starts with green. So why don't we just reduce green and see how we do. So we'll set that. We'll take you off of you. And using a lot of red MP tonight. Levels? Is that enough? I'm not sure I want to throw all the red MP into him yet. So why don't we just put the Cobra Clutch. We'll put the submission back on until I decide I'm bringing him up right away, right here, right now. All right, let's see how he does with a Titan plate at 5-star bronze. No more buffs, no more MLC additions on him. Because I think feud-wise, you would put double black MP on him and run him that way. This game's out to get me today. They don't want to give me anything. I put green MP and he's actually yellow. So this is where we're not paying attention to what's going on in the game. Need black MP. 10,000 spoons and all I need is a knife. We still have nothing. We finally have a black match. And it doesn't matter. We're still one turn too late anyways. Alright, are we still alive? Are we still alive? Give me the cascades. We are alive. Excellent. Alright. But with not a lot of black gems on the board. Alright, Titan plate. Do your worst. Are we actually going to get a match? We are. Good. Beautiful. And the cascade. And we hit 800K. That's actually not bad at all. Now we're going to lose because we didn't put the right plates or things out there, but that's actually not bad at all. Or maybe we don't. Excellent, Smithers. Everything's going according to plan. All right, so having totally messed up the coaches, we can now put out a bunch of blast. We're going to fill the board with blast, and then we are going to smack hard. If this doesn't win, we're going to lose because he's got his red move already charged up. Well, it looks like we're going to win this. Boom! Blows up the board. 800K. And somehow we win that. Okay, well, not a complete waste, although I do have to do it again because it's not a 3-star victory, so I won't be able to get to the top. I did not. I've added no perks or nothing. So that would be my fault. Which tour perk in particular? You're talking the plus 1 MP, plus 2 MP, 1 for a match sort of perks? Because those I did not. All right, let's try this again. This time with a proper entourage. I went for the guess and I didn't do it properly, so that's my fault. The MP and speed plus the extra health. Okay. Let's set the entourage this way. I'm not sure we need you. I think we're better off just starting turn 2. So we'll go black. Health and MP are together. I don't think I've actually added anything of that nature. So let's go see what I'm missing in life right now. Unlock some tour perks. Alright, so let's unlock that one. And I've maxed it out. Hooray! And since we don't have a feud this week, which is really nice, we actually get to like have a week to put our, or to at least to get enough turnbuckles and things to actually max stuff out. Okay, so yeah, I only have more health. I haven't collected. I haven't done anything. The moment I logged on and started streaming was the moment I actually like turned on the game for more than 5 minutes today, as my kids were potty training. So like I haven't had a chance to do like anything else in the game. I have all these things to collect. So this is straight from the very beginning. All right, let's try this again. Now that we can go 2 times as fast with 10% more health, probably fill in his stars as well too while we're at it to hit harder. But yeah, he's on my list to go up for sure. There we go. So now he's not going to hit us with anything, which is really nice. We get to start on the next turn. We can take away his yellow match to give us a little bit more breathing space. And now we can totally crush Monday night math class. I like that, somebody. Thank you. That's actually pretty cool. I was thinking like Sunday night study hall could be one name of the stream. Monday night math class. That works as well too. You know, I was trying to put... As a Canadian living in the South, my students always find it funny when I use Southernisms. So I always say like, you know, I always use all y'all when I'm talking to the class, and stuff like that. So I was thinking, you know, Sunday night study, you know, see you in study hall, y'all. Don't be late, sort of thing. I probably should have taken that 5 match. That would have been smarter. But I just want to keep getting that Titan plate going. and keep moving, getting that extra damage and seeing what we can do. Yeah, you know what? That's actually a really good idea. This time we hit for 1,000,000, so the second time we went through. I like that, Gorilla. I like a blinking sign. So put the blinking sign somewhere here, or maybe underneath the chat. It could just be like study hall, study hall, study hall, or maybe on both sides, study hall, study hall. I like that. That's actually quite clever. Yeah, I've got some good ideas for making this a nicer stream, at least to look at and to rock with. So, you know, I do appreciate it, and I appreciate y'all for coming in and spending time on a Monday night, and hopefully you're getting something good from the Professor as we continue to rock through it. What's up, Tiger King? How you doing? The Science Lab, the science of WWE champions. Yeah. Welcome to the Science Lab, where we're going to break this down. Live a nightmare. You just made the list. Make up new scenes for your show. That's that. You know what? If you got nothing else to do at work, right? Like, absolutely. if you're looking for ways to get we're experimenting, and that's definitely one of the things that I really like, Demo, is that you get to help me with the experimenting, and I get to feed off of y'all's ideas as well too, and put things together, whether it's how my stream looks, or how we're gonna run stuff, right? So, yeah, Tiger, what's up? Crush Skulls on the kickoff. Shayna Baszler, the submission magician. Oh, I have 0 Baszlers in this game, so definitely jealous of you. Oh man, this one's going to really suck. I do not have. Oh man, I do not have a good Ivar at all. So I have 2 to build up now before we come back together in order to make this work. Oh, that stinks. That stinks a lot. All right, well, here's a chance to actually show off what Butch can or cannot do. Oh, he's got a Z plate. Oh, you got a Z plate as well? Oh, you didn't know? All right, rock. Here we go, y'all. I can't believe I unlocked this title fully, only to have it not be worth a hot damn going forward. What are the odds we get a red match? And we can take down his yellow again. Cena only adds 1 more. Did his talent up? Okay. Lex. Oh, man. Oh, a gem defense strap for Lex too. Oh, that's pretty sweet. I'm so sad that they took the super subs away, but Lex is still a really good card, and he's on a list of guys I want to bring up to 6-star. He's slow, of course, without the super sub, but still rather effective. So, yeah. Oh, that would be so awesome. All right, let's try this way, and for the love of all things in this game, give me a red match on start 1, please. Yeah, that's the strap, Norelka. That's exactly it, right? I think it's actually really cool that you get to play this with your son as well too. I think that's actually really, really fun when you can share a game of sorts like that, right? So that's really awesome. So for sure, DeBeef, howdy, welcome on in. Just playing a little bit of the challenge tour, and realize that my superstars are not up to snuff when it comes to the challenge tour right now. So Wednesday when I come back on the stream. So for y'all, if you're first time in, if you haven't been to the study hall or the Monday math class with the professor, it's definitely gonna do it on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's the time when I know that my kids are asleep. I've had some dinner and cleaned up the tornado disaster that twins create in my house, and then I can sit down and actually enjoy the game and talk to y'all and do some streaming. So Mondays, Wednesdays, Sundays, and if a Friday comes available on a Friday night, then I like to do that as well too. But it's usually 3. So Sunday can be the Science Lab. That's right, Sunday night Science Lab. We can definitely put that together. Oh, that's pretty cool, Naroka, that you actually get to feud with your son as well too. You can actually join lanes together with that. So yeah. To be, if you know the feeling, yeah. Trying to make it all work. So match on turn one. If you have Hogan, Santa Hogan, 17K, this all goes on turn one. So you're gonna put down all of these 2-turn countdown gems all across the board. It's going to make 34, if I read that correctly, if I'm paying attention. Then you're going to hit the finger snap and snap. And there we're going to make over 2 million damage. Somewhere, I think it's around 2.5 million. And now that the Z plate is off, when I was doing this yesterday, it was making 21 of the countdown gems into red. So if you're here with me yesterday and it didn't look like this move was doing a lot of damage, it's because we weren't taking full advantage of the Z plate. I knew that he wasn't hitting as hard as he should, and I couldn't like wrap my head around it because my brain was fried yesterday. But now that we have this move maxed out, we're going to turn all that into red. We're going to blow up the majority of the board, reload all of our moves, and hit another big smack on him. Right here. So like, boom. And hit point 1.45. And then it's this next turn that's going to hit harder because we're going to have 2 stacks of the Z plate sitting on it right now. So again, hit all that out there. So in terms of like where I think he stands in terms of striker. So obviously Rocker's still number one. There's no one going to beat Striker, Rocker. So that one hit for over 3.5 mil. And then after that, it's up for debate, right? You have a lot of guys who hit really hard, but don't tend to work really amazing off of one turn. They need that second turn or maybe a third turn. So that's where sort of the issue comes in. Now, what's going to make him better? As I said, I think earlier in the stream, you're going to need Santa Hogan. You're going to need to have Ridge higher. My Ridge right now is only bringing in 30% more damage for all of the color turn gems. But if you get Ridge up to 26K, which is 6-star bronze. So if you take your Ridge all the way up, that's 100% more damage. So I'm leaving 70% more damage of this turn and on this turn, not on the board right now. So what you're seeing is significantly less than where it should be. So in reality, what's taken me 3 turns right here would probably be 2, depending on the health of your opponent. But as you can see, I took little to no damage because he didn't get really any turns off. But completely took out his. I think he started with 13 million health, so it took 3 turns to do that. But it probably within 2 turns he wouldn't have been able to kick out with that much more damage. So Zombie, HBK, Ridge fully up, Santa Hogan to make it happen in feuds. I really like this card. I really like what he brings to the table. And when we get a boss that is going to be affected by countdown gem damage, y'all better recognize that he's going to hit. Oh, you got no plate. Oh, that's too bad. Nightmare. Ridge is someone that I'm going to be taking up. I did a little bit of talent up on the stream earlier. But yeah, Ridge is someone that I'm obviously going to take up because I've obviously taken Butch up. And then for Butch himself, so the Z plate is one that's going to work really well. And since he's going to need 2 turns, like if you got a Hogan plate would actually work really well on him as well too. Because he's going to obviously blow up the board that first turn, and then every turn after that is just gonna smack, and that Hogan plate is going to be really good on him. So that's who I would recommend, at least at that point. Yeah, I was trying to see if there's any other tours worth going through for us to do. Is this just the regular? This is the regular Friday. Oh man, so you only been back 3 months. Yeah, you've missed a lot with belts. So you're going to be doing a lot of catching up in that regard. So The unpopular opinion is that the best way to catch up in this game, if you haven't played in a long time, is to spend money. And I know that's an unpopular opinion, but that's unfortunately the reality of the game. So if you're spending, they'll come along. They're on prize walls. They've been giving out legendary belts in an incredible frequency lately. But even the it's not legendary. It's ultimate. The ultimate belts, the blue ones before that. Those ones, with 20% here and there, those ones aren't bad at all either. So, y'all gonna make me level up one of these clowns. Okay. All right. Poll time. What do y'all think? Am I better off bringing up Ivar or Batista? I'm not going to move a Titan plate again just to put it on Batista. That's going to be insane. So it might be an Ivar type of thing. Oh gosh. Yeah, I feel like he might be the best to do it. Yeah, Ivar's in 2 tours. Yeah, so that's. He's only at 6,300. It's gonna take. You bought the $5 belt for Batista. Yeah, dude. You know what? I can appreciate that, Debif. I can appreciate that. But like I literally 15 minutes ago switched belts onto Ridge and put a Titan plate on him, and then to take the Titan plate and put it on somebody else, to put it on Batista, would be a pain. Oh, that would just hurt my heart in a lot of ways. So 8 MP moves aren't terrible to work with. I'd have to bring him up. Yeah, I would need a Titan plate for him as well too. That's the other thing, because he also has blast gems. Oh, so who do I want to put a Titan plate on? Oh, y'all, this hurts. This hurts bad. This hurts real bad. This is what I'm going to have to do to use him. And I have none of the moves leveled up, so I would have to dump. So Ivar is the choice, right? But I feel like I have 1,000,000 shards. And no one don't. I feel like I have 1,000,000 shards of Batista. So yeah, I have only 50,000 of his shards, of which I could level him completely up that way, and just put the submission on for a while. Use all the blast gems. He just has such high moves. That's the other. Trickster Steamboat. Yeah, Maximus. Trickster Steamboat would actually be really good for this boss battle if you have him. Yeah, I'm looking to probably buy that backstage pass. Okay, I did promise that I would spare everybody me actually purchasing or me bringing these guys up to do in tours. So I'll save this tour until Wednesday, when maybe that'll be a reason to come back to see if to see who I actually bring up and how big I actually have to bring them up to do all these things. Yeah, wasting all that TP nightmare is going to be awful, and the 300% move damage belt would actually be an interesting one to move around, and that belt in itself might be my stream belt that just goes from player preview to player preview, where I waste all my strap parts. For sure, that might actually be what I have to do. So, oh gosh, that's just awful. Oh, it's Batista specific. Okay. Dang it. I was like, dang, I could take a 300% belt and put it everywhere. See, that would have been worth $5. But Batista specific, I can understand. All right, Scopely, you got $5 out of me. Fine. It's Animal Batista at that. So are we really trying to make Animal Batista great again? Is that the goal? 300% move damage and then put a Titan plate on him and just hope for the best? Oh, that's terrible. Terrible. Oh, it makes my heart hurt. What was the question? It was Maximus. You asked the question. I don't want contest. I want available. Yeah. So You're talking about this, the Eternal Dragon. He's going to be excellent for this in the focus category. 100%. Well, count me in, Gorilla, as one of those one of those suckers, or a couple hundred people that's going to do that. You didn't get any Bailey shards to be. Oh, that stinks. Especially because like the backstage pass is where you're hoping to get some of that sort of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, you're one of them too. Yeah, you're. We do what we have to in order to beat these challenge tours. There's only 98 of you left. There's 30 plus of us or more in the stream right now. So, how many? This is the last one you buy. Yeah, I don't blame you. The backstage passes have had their hits and misses, but I think the fact that you're actually getting some pulls out of them too, and I think they've realized it. Okay, cool. I'll check my my Discord demo after I finish on with the stream. I think Scopely has listened that the backstage passes, and by listened I mean they've obviously seen it in the bottom line that a lot of people weren't buying them. I stopped buying them. I didn't find much value within them in order to max the MLC or to get enough shards. Since I couldn't get enough shards anyways, I found it not necessarily worth it to continue to buy them. So by putting in more stuff and hopefully being able to collect on a daily basis instead of a weekly basis might be better. Yeah, it's just for the shards really that you're buying them for at that point. So is it worth it? That was the question. So I think they're trying to revamp it, and they're trying to revamp a lot of things. So I appreciate that the changes in the game are coming quicker, and their responses are becoming quicker than they've been in the past. And there's a little bit more transparency. There's not enough transparency that we all want, but I think it's definitely getting better. Last month's tours were very tough. I agree with that, Jaggy. And again, I've only been streaming for like a week and a half. I think 2 weeks. I think this is actually like my 2-week anniversary of actually like really streaming. But I will do the challenge tours every week. I will take up the garbage that's on mine and all of your rosters, so that you can at least see if it can be done and if you're willing to waste the resources. So, as I say, you know what, I'm doing it for the stream. So that's what I'll do. So you can always check back on a weekly basis, and I'll do this. You almost bought the Batista belt, but don't have the challenge. So yeah, definitely glad you checked. Glad you came here. Glad you came and checked. Yeah, Gorilla. I believe that like they're trying new things, right? They're actually responding, and they're actually being attentive to the community, and we can't expect them to do everything that we want, right? That's not reasonable, but it is reasonable for them to ask us what we like and don't like, and for us to at least say we like these things and we don't like these other things, and what can you change and what can be done within this. So I really appreciate that ability as well too, right? So the ability to actually like give them feedback, I think is really good. As someone who receives feedback on a semester by semester basis as a professor, it is the constructive ones that help me become a better teacher. And so that's why, like, if you're going to give them any sort of feedback, make it worthwhile, right? So tell them what you don't like. You don't have to be a jerk about it, unless you want to be a jerk about it, and be like completely angry and cuss them out. That's entirely up to you, and I won't judge you for doing that. But if you want something to change, then you're going to have to meet them at their medium, which is them asking for feedback that is both constructive and helpful, rather than sort of just pushing them away and turning them off. So this is what I like. This is what I don't like. Here's a solution to this problem. And if you do it in that manner, eventually it will trickle up. Now, if anything happens, I don't know. But we've seen a lot of changes from, and I read a lot of the community forum stuff that's posted on there. So we're seeing some of the changes that y'all have been making. So keep that up. Keep making those suggestions and help make the game better for what you want to see, right? So it's up to us to make the game better at the same time, right? So let's, as a community, continue to do that. We're not. They're not going to please everybody. They're not trying to please everybody. They're trying to obviously create a game that is going to make money and also to keep their clientele happy. And so they have to strike a balance just as we do with the game. But I went on a nice Brofessor rant there. So yeah, Ricky the Dragon is going to be great for this boss battle. He's going to make random gems into purple with this trap, but it's this trap move as well too. So you're going to want to make a lot of trap gems and just blow up the board as best you can with him. And he does have a damage gem as well too, does he not? He has a third trap gem. That's right. He has 3 trap gem moves. Wow. Yeah, Ricky, you're gonna make my top 4. You just made the list. Big E, you took him 5-star silver. I haven't done enough with Powerhouse Big E because I received him way after he became caught in the last meta, and I'm not sure he's gone up much from there. So who do I think is good for trap gems? So lucky you. I'm going to be, and this goes out for everybody, I'm going to continue to make boss battle videos of that. He's okay at 5-star gold. Okay. I haven't thought about taking him much higher than I have him right now, which is 5-star. I think I pulled him 5-star bronze, but I haven't taken him much higher or leveled him up. And Tech Stacy, I'd have to take a look at him again and see how good he could be. Powerhouse Batista and Blisters as trainers. Okay. So yeah, I think that's what's cool about the game is that as new trainers come in with different abilities, it allows you to unlock older characters that are still close to the meta, but maybe not on the meta, to being viable and useful again. So in terms of the focused, the ones that I liked was obviously Tech Dragon was one that's going to be good, and HBK is going to be the other one. So these are going to be sort of 1A, 1B for me. I liked them both a lot. If you have your Hall of Fame Nash and you can bring him up, he's going to do some good damage. Hall of Fame Rude turns the whole board into trap gems, so he's going to do some good damage with this one. KO all day and all night. Yeah, the Trick Dragon, is that what you're talking about? You're talking the Tech Dragon is also. I didn't actually look at Tech Dragon for this one. I was looking at the Trick Dragon. Oh, going 5-star golds. Yeah, Trick Corbin is amazing. I'll have to look, Tiger King, at what you've. I'll look at the chat again afterwards and go take a look at Powerhouse Biggie. And see how that all works. So yeah, send me a DM afterwards, and we can talk about that. Kushwan, how's it going? What's happening? Welcome on in. You meant Trick Dragon. Okay, I was like, I don't think I talked about Tech Dragon. Yeah, Trick Dragon also, and Trickster Eddie. Trickster Eddie is an interesting little player. He's got all these steel moves, and he's very sort of specific in that manner. What was I saying? Oh, KO. This is KO all day and night. You got KO and you got him at 6-star. He's just going to continue to stack and stack and stack. He's going to be really good. Riddle, who everybody should have for free, should also be really good for this. We had some interesting discussions of others within there, but Zombie Undertaker is going to be good to use in this one as well. Did we find anybody that was and if you did actually take him 6-star, maybe Mr. Perfect. I had mentioned this earlier, and I'll mention it again in case anybody came in after I had actually talked about the boss battle, but the way that this is going to do timed out. Okay, before I go over to that, Kushwant, I apologize for my bot moderator, who sometimes is a little bit overzealous. And so I messed with the settings after the last stream, and it might have just blocked you out for saying something completely innocuous and not a problem at all. So whatever you said, I'm sure it probably wasn't as bad as what the moderator thought it might have been. So when your 30 seconds is up, try saying it in a different way that a computer might not find that offensive. So I don't know what's wrong with my bot moderator, but apparently whatever you said set him off. So I'm pretty sure you didn't do anything terrible. So my apologies. What I was saying earlier when we got on the stream is that every 1 to 2 turns we're going to have these moves, and then the freeze is coming afterwards. So first boss turn, he's going to hit you with some damage, not enough to kill a 5-star gold, so you're at least going to get a second turn, which is going to be great for everybody. You just said some emotes. Oh, so if you spam too many emotes, it might have just caught that. So another setting I'll have to fix. My apologies. You know what? Y'all are helping me. I'm learning how to be more tech savvy as we go. Yes. Okay. So 4 is the limit. Maybe. Maybe 5. So yeah. So turn 1, he's going to hit you. You're going to stay alive. And also on that, he's going to make a whole bunch of gems into botch gems. So you're not going to be able to leave really that many on the board afterwards at the end of your turn. So you're going to have to try to break as many gems before the end of that turn. He's just going to turn them into botches at level 20. Turn number 2 for the boss, he's going to hit these 2 again. And then he's going to increase his damage by 5% for every black gem you got sitting left on the board. And that'll go for 2 turns. So first turn, this is going to hit the second turn. And then third turn, these 2 are going to hit again. And then he's going to freeze 3 moves for 3 turns. So this is where having your unfreeze be up to snuff is going to make the biggest difference in terms of if it's going to last 3 turns. So while all of this sounds sort of a lot, I want to just keep it sort of in perspective. The first thing we should be very happy about is there is no shield. So we do not need to worry about having a certain color to break a shield. The damage that we can also be very happy about is that this damage right here is not high enough to kill you at 5-star gold. So if you are 5-star gold players, only if you don't have a 6-star in that category, a 5-star gold will be alive for 2 turns for you based on the health. Because there's no shield, within 2 turns, you're going to have to kill a boss that is likely to have about 1 billion health. 4 characters on your team that do not have to worry about a shield means that you have 2 turns to do as much Doshgarn damage as you possibly can. So that's really sort of the saving grace within this boss battle. So your goal as a faction then is to beat this at the end of turn 2. Because once it hits to the end of turn 3, then you're going to have to deal with the freeze. And then if you don't have, and I think it's focused, that is the unfreeze, if I am correct within there. Yeah, so that one is the unfreeze. So if I'm bringing in, so you want for your focused, if you cannot, and if you once you do the guess and test, if you can't beat it within 2 turns and it lasts a 3rd turn, then you're going to have somebody who is going to unfreeze this as best as possible. So that's sort of where it stands. 5 guitars to make Trick Corbin to 5-star gold. Awesome. So yeah, Kush, you're gonna want to get him up there. I took him 6-star earlier in the stream. I was very excited about that. I don't even know how far I got into my talent up. That's a good question. I think I took 2 or 3 guys 5-star. We're on to that one. You just took him. Where's my talent up? Kickoff talent up. How far did I get with that? I got to 12 of 15. That's not bad at all. So I still... Okay, so what do I have left to do talent up wise? I guess is the question. Who did I not take up that I was planning on taking up? That would have been done if I didn't YOLO him as quickly as I possibly could. It was you. You know what? I feel you to be. I usually I do the talent up on a Monday when everything starts, and I'm doing it now on the stream, and then by Friday, I've had to talent up and do other things where I'm like, I should have just been more patient with this, right? Talent up isn't like Monday only. Talent up is like Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday. Like, I got lots of time to talent up. I don't need to be so impatient with this. Yeah, I think just for the boss itself, I'm going to take KO. And yeah, I want to get them up there. I hear you. I hear the excitement, the wanting it so bad, right? They're like, oh, I've been waiting so long to do this sort of thing. Yeah, I totally get that. If I take KO up, it's going to limit my guys for the week, but you know what? I've been waiting to take KO for a long time. So, you're going to be my new boss battle fun. Yeah, bro. The man who broke the game. The man who broke boss battle. Oh, you got Liv? Oh, bro. Nice. Yeah, I'm in the backpack club. I'm ready to carry, y'all. I'm ready to carry. So this is going to be an amazing boss battle for him to do some damage, right? So he's in my top 4 as well, for sure. Doing some amazing damage this boss battle. So if you needed someone to worry about, as long as you got someone who's got a KO or you got a couple of KOs there, then I think by the end of turn 2, I think 2 KOs should, if they stack it correctly, should be able to take this. I've not paid enough attention today to what my faction and other people, like my faction's got these kickoffs, and I have not been on nearly enough. Okay, so 14 out of 15, just killing it. And I haven't even tried, and this is not including what I'm going to do. 2K shy for KO. Oh, so close. I've taken him 6-star. 2K shy for the shard, 4,000 shards. Oh, so close, and yet so far. So yeah, so I can, let's see, who did I not take up class wise? So I'm definitely going to be taking up a couple more powerhouses this week. Probably Batista, considering that he'll be shard free, but not heartbreak free. I'll probably take up Ridge somewhere later on and all of that. Yeah, so I pulled him. You were asking about Tiger King. You were asking about Biggie. I pulled him 5-star. I want to say it was a couple of months ago when I finally got him. Who else? I took Corbin up. I'm probably going to work on Rude and see how he does for this boss battle. That'll be an interesting one. But I have Kali. I wanted to... Talent up has come and gone. I made 4 people 5-star... 6-star bronze, and I've already done it. And like the people I wanted to work up, I haven't been able to. Kush, that's... The Hall of Fame Jerry isn't anyone to sniff at. He's actually really good. And I took him 6-star once they started giving out more tokens. And I don't know if you saw my video on him. I don't know if I mentioned that the last stream about that, but yeah, it comes with time, right? Especially like for newer players, right? The first 6-star, like the first one you get to 5-star gold and the first one you get to 6-star bronze, it's hard to get those, right? But once you get them that high, they allow you to do so much more in the game, and you'll be able to make higher milestones. And so it has that effect. I like to think of it as like the rich banking effect, is that like the more money you have, the more money you make because you have more money to make more money, right? So eventually like you have to continue to move up and up and up. It still hurts. Yeah. Mutant Seth is still good. Yeah, I could totally understand that. Having having some regrets here and there about who you take. But like once you get that first one, it is a game changer, and it does allow you to progress higher and higher in the game. So it is a struggle, especially for new players. And so I understand that it's definitely not easy. I haven't even touched Dakota Kai yet. So I'm pretty much done talent up, and I haven't even touched this one yet. I'll most likely buy the 3 bronze pass. That's usually what I do on a monthly basis, to start higher up. I just find it's easier for the tours for the remainder. So if you have $20, that's, if you're asking me what I would spend $20 on, that's usually it's usually what it comes down to. I usually buy that on the first week. I usually don't buy pulls except for the weekends, my 7, but that's about it. Who did I not take up? I took you 6-star. Today I took Acro Bianca 6-star. I didn't take one in this category 6-star. I had enough tokens to take one of each category up to 6-star. And I'm not sure. See, there's my Lawler for you, Kushi, just so you can see. So I have both of his gears fully on there, the reinforced and the purple gems. I'm not sure if I have his moves laid out. I might have moved these around from what I usually use. But when we get back to, to reinforce gem damage, he'll be one to use for boss battles and stuff like that, because he makes so many reinforce, and because he's able to recycle quite easily. So that'd be a good one. The gears help with damage, but they're not essential at this point. And once they'll come back around. You'll get those gears at some point. Every time they come around with Hall of Fame stuff, his gears are usually somewhere available. Yeah, Dweef, I can do an Acro Bianca gameplay. I can do sort of free to play is the wrong word, but I do not have Yoko on him, right? And so that's the other thing. So if you have Hall of Fame Yokozuna, why do I call him Yoko Ono? That's awful. Hall of Fame Yoko Ono. Acro Bianca, I don't have the best everything for her, and that's usually how I find myself in most situations in this game. Like I have a good roster and I have a lot of good players, but I don't have the best of everything. So I'm missing like the gear that you need. I don't have a title on her yet because I'm holding out for a good title, because the only big one that I have here is extra turn, which can help, no doubt, but that's not the best one. And move damage, 10% gem. I'm surprised this is still actually on my list of titles. I usually sell all 10%ers because I don't find them to actually be worthwhile to keep. So without a strap, so I can definitely do one, but yeah, no strap. Oh, Gorilla, I'm jealous. I wish I had those too. So, but yeah, I can definitely do a video of how to play her, but not having a strap and also then not having a plate on her. And I always get them mixed up, whether it's the flaming glove or it's the other multiply gem plate that is used. I can't think. My brain is fried now. But there's 2 multiply gem plates. I forget which one it is, but one of them that would be on there that would actually add all of that. You got with strap only got the affiliation. Yeah, Marco, like what the hell's up with that? Why are we only giving these ones? So affiliation or extra turn aren't not anything that I would want to do, right? So, leech gems create 5 more leech gems. Purple gems do more damage. But am I, are you really, Marco, going to put this on 2 different people at the same time and have to worry about change? It's not an MP person that you change all the time. So having 2 slots or 4 slots is worth it. Like, you're really going to use an affiliation. So I feel your pain. I absolutely do. You know what? I don't know how to take this, Gorilla. You have the players that I need. You have the straps that I need. Like, come on, share, man, share it around. And no decent act. Yeah, that's. There's no decent ones that can be used right now. This is awful. Seriously. So, in case you were wondering about how to run her, just in general, the beef, is that you would run her tripper blue. Your she her stun is only one turn, so you need a not black. You need a blue match, or a black match if you actually put on a black turns blue plate on her. If you don't have any of the other ones, if you just want to recycle, because you want to get that finisher. But you need the blue match, because the blue match will allow you then to hit the stun again, and then that's what keeps it rolling. Modern acro, yeah, there's 40% armor, like that would work as well too. Like a 40% armor would help to keep them down, so that's actually not too bad to be for that. But for someone like her, who's going to turn 28 multiply gems into blue gems and does all sorts of blue gem damage, obviously a gem damage one would be good, but anybody who does a ton of gem damage and makes big pins, having armor also helps as well too, right? Take a little bit longer, but still works. Okay, well, good. At least we are making mutual jealousy, Gorilla. So I appreciate Acro. You know what? Acro HBK took a long time for me to get as well too, and I took him to the moon as a 5-star gold as soon as I possibly could. But yeah, that one took a long time for me to get. And Z-Bob, yeah, Z-Bob's a good one. I'm sorry you missed out on Z-Bob, but another person I haven't been able to take up. You have Liv, no good green move damage medal. Oh, so Naruka, that's terrible. I'm sorry, but yeah, she's one that I would totally take up and just like hope one day you get the medal and just try to use her as best you can. Yeah, Acro HBK, I got a whole bunch of. It took forever to get the actual shards. I finally got it from one of the few shard chests that came out, like the one that came out today that no one was able to look at. I have no idea what I got, so thanks for that. You figured that would have been taken care of a long time ago. So yeah, because she said there's no good modern acro trainers, so let's look at our moderns. Who do we got out here that's a good trainer to throw this sort of thing on? Modern acro trainers. This one is actually used more and more, I find. Excuse me. So having an increased chance for a particular color gem on the board, and then matching it gets you 2 more move points. So you need the blue equivalent of this, which I actually think is KO for Acro Bianca, who we were just talking about. So that way 1 blue swipe on turn 1 plus the 2 matches here allows you then on that second turn to hit the stun again, and then they're in stun lock from that point on. So that's an interesting one too. I'm not sure anything else helps him beyond that. We just saw her, what she does. Oh, really? You were in a subpar faction. You know what? For a long time in this game, I was in subpar factions. I got sort of complacent and happy. I didn't have to do too much, and not too much was expected of me. And then I thought, oh, you know what? It's time for me to sort of move on and try to get better in the game. So, Kush, I don't know if you have Johnny Morrison in Drip Drip, but here's one that would be a good to go on, right? So reduce starting MP, that could be a good one. in feuds and other places where you need to bring, if you're switching that one back and forth. What else do we have? What's Mysterio's again? I'm trying to think. So Blast Gem's doing more damage, so that's an interesting coach too if if you're using a lot of Blast Gem guys. Bailey is good as a coach as well too. She does the protect damage and create more protect gems. What do you do, Skulking again? You just destroy and create more roll break gems. So there's, I think the problem with the affiliation belts is that, like, beyond your MP trainers and like Santa Hogan, and some other, some of the other Hogans, there's few characters that have coming out. The characters that are coming out recently, you're going to want to put better titles on them because you're going to want to use them more and in different situations, right? But someone like Hurt Business, who I transfer back and forth between all of my submission players, that's someone, that extra 20% as a coach is someone that I move around a lot too. So having an affiliation on him would be good as well too. Anti-bleed for Zedon. Yeah, that's actually a good. I'm liking the more anti-bleed straps and those coming out as well too. They're becoming very useful, for sure. Someone who wasn't useful for a very long time that has now become very useful and being moved around is someone who creates more countdown gems, like an old Jimmy Uso, the Acro version. So he's somebody that you wouldn't use normally, so you would put a bigger strap onto them. And again, I understand that when I say put bigger straps on things, that could be misconstrued. Trying to think if there's anybody else that's actually worthy of discussion within there. You make more. So if you don't want the Jimmy, you could go for the J. He doesn't do a lot of. You're not really going to move green submission or green move. He doesn't do a ton or add a ton to that. We got a lot of. Yeah, and anti-bleed is becoming more and more handy as we're getting some really big bleed characters. The only one right now that I actually have an anti-bleed on, of which I use. Where's my big hitters? So, I apologize for being on the wrong end of the list of players on my team now. You, I think, have an anti-bleed. Yeah. Okay. So my Triple H has anti-bleed and has a sub break. So unless you're gonna stun him, I've got two of my bases covered. Yeah, HBK. You know what? It's been a week and a half or 2 weeks of me streaming, and not one stream has gone by without me making an inappropriate strap remark without even trying to. So I'm glad it's not phasing you. I hope it doesn't phase anybody else. I'm actually not trying to be, not trying to make innuendos or anything of that nature. But sometimes we talk without thinking. So I mentioned it before, but if you're new to the site, if you're new to the stream and the Brofessor and what I do, I've mentioned it before that you have. Oh, really? What did Merrick say before the raid? Bleed, stun, subs. Those are the three things of the people you're going against that can hurt you, that your opponent has. So if you're not going to go offensively on your titles, as in you're not going to get move damage or gem damage or those sorts of buffs on your titles, then you're going to go defensively, that you're going to go anti-stun, anti-bleed, or you're going to use a sub-break plate. And so if you put one of those anti-stun, anti-bleed, and you add a sub-plate break, like I just did right there, I've defensively taken two stances that then on offense, I can use my Triple H to go against any dude with a sub and any dude with a bleed, and I'm not going to be phased. He's just going to keep rolling. So that also helps too. I told you. Wow. Wow. Wow, Gorilla. Whoa. That is quite the joke. Jeez. Um, I can't believe he said that. Wow. Your Triple H, Marco, has a 200% black metal double takedown twos, 40% move. Wow. And the Foley plate. Yeah, I had him with the Foley plate before. And so that's where it had lived, but I took the Foley plate off for the challenge tours last month. I forget. I might have I think I might have put it on like Ronda Rousey, the striker version, and it just hasn't made its way back to this. And I'm not sure I'm going to put it on anytime soon. I want to say that I received some good takedown 2 medals. Yeah, I did not. I keep getting red ones, and a couple of them. So I'm going to get some red 200%ers. I got 2 of them, which is awesome. But I need some metal bits to get them going sometime soon. For the longest time, this is all I was getting. It's just the all move damage ones. So that's what I've been using mostly. So purple and yellow. Once I get that, then I'll, of course, right. The only one that I'm going to get that is of a 200% variety is a vitality. Like, come on, I don't need that. So it's sitting here. I don't want to waste the metal bits for when I actually get that. But I do have takedown 2s for the other slots. In making videos and now starting to stream, I never have enough metal bits, and I was lucky I did a whole bunch of farming with my tickets today to make sure I had enough in case I wanted to use some on the stream. But I have been like very much not being able to take any medals up recently, really at all. Tech Triple H is absolutely awesome. When you do get a good belt from him to beef, he's going to be amazing. Naruko says, I got to put a Foley mask on Striker Finn. Okay, for that Finn weekend. And putting that Foley plate on Striker Randy is also a really good idea as well too. So you have to make the move back. Yeah, there's I wish I had Striker Randy, and like I'm so close to getting. There's so many characters I'm so close to. I'm within like 100 or 200 shards of getting, and I think Randy's one of them. And you're right, to beef. There is never enough metal bits. And my apologies, Marco, for the ads. I'll wait till you come back. I'm not sure you'll be able to hear me, but when you do come back, Marco, we can talk more about Triple H and stuff. You'll be done for a bit at that point. It's definitely if you put all into Liv's belt, but Liv's worth it, and so that's the trade-off, right? It's going to be absolutely worth having Liv to do that. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy, pretty proud of my talent up so far. I'm gonna have to fill some stars on some names over here to get their damage up. Definitely on Warrior. This past feud, I didn't get to feud as much as I wanted to, but putting a new braid plate on him just made Warrior worth using again. Yeah, 100% move damage. That's just absolutely gross and amazing. Very much jealous. Well, one that would be really great if you can get a 100% gem damage strap for her would actually be Naomi. I think Sheik would be amazing at 6-star. The problem is her moves are too difficult to run through. Like, you can get through 1 or 2, but she does have a huge gem boost. And with a boss plate at 5-star gold, she was amazing. It's that transition to 6-star that I want to see before I put too much effort. I need a better strap put into place. Is that better, HPK? Did I say that one right this time? But yeah, I've stripped her of most of the stuff in that belt. I'm not doing much better. I'm going to actually try to stop doing that. Yeah, Tech Triple H has been in a lot of milestones and a lot of cases and other things lately, so I don't think you'll have to wait too long, Kush. I think you'll get him pretty soon, right? Warrior 6 star with 2 words. Yeah, he's still going to do damage, but yeah, the braid plate. Um, if you can get it, so like you're destroying 2 gems each time you run through the moves. So it takes a couple of minutes, unfortunately, to cycle through the warrior's moves. But if you can get it done 5 times, so you move that pin bar 10 slots instead of 11, so you don't pin them and you don't hit any of that stuff. I was hitting like 13 million in feud, so yeah, Naomi lost her prime as 5 star golds continued on. Strap into place. Exactly. Um, After Bianca, you kind of stumped who I'm feeling to go do next time. I guess like that would be interesting. I guess either maybe send me a message within there, or I will. Did I save it on my clipboard? I did. I'm going to put it back into the chat again. For those who didn't see it earlier in the chat or came in sort of later, I have created a Discord server for Professor G and for everybody out there who wants to connect with the Brofessor. It's open to anyone of any faction, as long as you aren't a complete jerk in there. I don't want to ban anybody, as long as you keep it happy and keep the talk, within the game, within wrestling, and into happy topics. Then I'm good. I'll put the Discord link there that you can come on in and join. It is brand new, so you are going to be some of the first within there. So, but that's a place that you can. Hopefully, we can create another community where you can get answers, talk to people in other factions, get roster advice, and you can also pick my brain when I'm not obviously dealing with my own kids or my own students who oftentimes act like my kids. So yeah, so hopefully I'll see y'all in there. It's it's just another Discord server that you can join into, and we can continue to grow this community of things. And there you go. See, the moderator just posted it as I posted it. How crazy is that? Hopefully one of those awesome, Marco. Hopefully one of those leads you into there. Mine officially, I guess, does, because Marco joined it. But y'all are also welcome to join and connect into there. So yeah, if y'all don't have any other questions or concerns going through, I've been on almost 2 hours and 45 minutes. So I'm going to end it on this note just about here. And I appreciate y'all for coming by. Hopefully, thank you for all those who subscribed and and all those who are now part and following the channel. Just a reminder, I'm going on again Wednesday at 8 p.m. Sundays. We'll have to find a Wednesday name for it. But Sundays will be either the Sunday Science Lab or the Sunday Study Hall. Thanks for coming to the Monday night math class today. And then I appreciate... it didn't seem that long of a class. You're right, HBK. And hopefully we'll see you again at the stream. If you haven't seen my YouTube channel yet, go check out Professor G Gaming in the YouTube there. I'll be posting videos on the boss battle this week, and also characters and any other suggestions that y'all have. So again, appreciate the likes, the subscribes, the follows, the subscriptions, and all that fun stuff. The Professor is going to see you next time the class reconvenes on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Have yourselves a great rest of your day, your night, your afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And thanks for stopping by tonight. All right, Brofessor out.